So, if you're watching this, guess what? I'm on break, but at least you guys will be getting plenty of content from me. That's more than enough. This is MegamanNG, and here's my monthly update for July of 2022. It's vacation time. I honestly need it because I can't stress that crap enough. So it's time to detail what's going to go down. Let's get started. Believe me, you need to know what's going on because honestly, I do these once a month, so you get an idea. June pretty much felt like a month where retro was my focus. Basically, we got a lot finished, such as Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Viewtiful Joe 2, and Star Fox Adventures. Not only that, but I started Star Fox Assault. I want to make sure I get a lot of these done, because yeah, I was planning to go on vacation with my family. And if you're watching this, I'm already on vacation. So I kind of went into overdrive, recording a lot so that way I can schedule a lot. Well, not really, because you're going to be seeing one video a day. But I'll be explaining that in a bit. It sucked, but at the same time, it felt kind of fun. Being able to get things finished helped alleviate a lot of stress. So yeah, I was pretty much on full blast, and this month was no exception. To all who got a chance to see what I had done, you have my thanks. Truly, I'm serious. And I know some of you have been asking, where's Sonic Heroes? Well, let me explain that later on, so don't worry. Just like last month, this month is going to be just as nuts. Well, not exactly. Much of July will have me on vacation, but if you want to know what I will have planned, it's these two games, Star Fox Assault and Metroid Prime. If you're wondering, yeah, I started Star Fox Assault on June 27th, and Metroid Prime will begin once it's finished. If anyone's asking, I already finished Star Fox Assault. All the videos have been scheduled. As for Metroid Prime, I'm doing a last round cleanup, finding any items I missed. Basically, it's this. 18 or 19 missile expansions, 1 energy tank, and 2 power bomb expansions. Once I reach 100%, then I'm going to the impact crater to send Metroid Prime packing, and then boom, done. I can then move on to Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. You'll probably be getting one video a day, but once I get back, I'll figure things out once everything is checked upon and whatnot. Which surprisingly brings up to the next chapter of this update. So yes, I want to mention this now just to be safe. So yes, I'm getting my hands on a new laptop to replace the one I had used since 2017. Ironic enough, it was done thanks to the kindness of one person, Probate. Wherever he is, I'm truthfully indebted to him. For this one, I'm doing this all on my own with the help of my family. This laptop I had for so long has endured so much. It began with an HDD, and boy, that was a different time. It even suffered through 2 BSODs, but that's mostly because the HDD's life was near its end. And rather than get a new one, which I kind of did in December 2020, I decided to add an SSD to it. It paid off in spades at least, and lasted a little while longer. About 2 years until problems occurred. That's when I made the decision to finally decide to get a new laptop. Yeah, that time was pretty much now. How time flies, huh? Although it may take time to adjust to Windows 11, but once I'm back on my feet, then the only road that remains is forward. I also need to check if Photoshop CS5 is compatible with it. If it is, then yeah, this adjustment's going to be smooth. It's going to be quite a ride, but I also hope it can help me keep on trucking and going. It's reason enough why having a backup plan is essential. Don't take my word for it. I do this because I have to, believe me. I know I did something like this last month, but honestly, I may as well just ensure that you guys know what will happen. So yes, you guys know that I'm doing Star Fox Assault and Metroid Prime. There will also be other playthroughs on the horizon, such as Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, as well as Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Want to know what else? Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. That's coming next, and one of the reasons why I didn't do this sooner is because I wish I had. But the other reason is that trying to find a working copy is a pain in the butt, or rather an arm and a leg. Thankfully, I got a copy, and it functions. I tested it, and it works. Though I'm a bit rusty, so it's going to be a while, believe me. Same can be said for a few other games, but we'll talk about those eventually. I'll also be reviewing the Rise of the TMNT movie, and I will ensure that I rip Nickelodeon and Netflix a new one. Why? Both are to be blamed for different reasons. For Nickelodeon, it's their preferred treatment towards SpongeBob at the expense of other better programming. That and having a new president that's more live-action focused rather than animated focused. Yeah, it's easy to see why. And because of that, well, they're kind of crap. For Netflix, it's their desecration of their animation division because they're losing subscribers and with it revenue. Made worse is that they're letting go of employees. All because they're losing subscribers. I will go all out on this, and I will spare no expense in making sure that both of them are on notice. I will also be doing the Constant Pain review, which will include a message to a fellow animator. Just saying. One last thing I want to say. I know you guys are wanting me to do other games and all, but here's the thing. I don't want to sound selfish. I really don't, but there has to be at least something in return. I always tell everyone again and again, you want me to do a certain game? Consider becoming a patron on my Patreon. I'm promoting this because why the hell not? At the highest tier, at Diamond tier, $50 a month, you guys can request me to do whatever game you like. So far, only 3 playthroughs came about as a result of 2 patrons. They were Ty the Tasmanian Tiger HD, Donkey Kong 64, and Ty 2 Bush Rescue HD. I hope that maybe we could get more, but you never know. So yeah, you want me to cover a game you want to see? Consider becoming a patron on my Patreon. The link's in the description. And now it's real talk. This has been gnawing at me for a bit, but hear me out. Recently, I've been part of a community on Twitter known as the Retro Gaming Community. I'll put a link in the description, but basically, yeah, I wish to ask you guys. Has retro gaming suddenly gotten more expensive? I'm serious. I only ask this because you guys know I've been trying to get my hands on certain games, especially for the Nintendo 3DS. But some games, for whatever reason, end up getting inflated at ridiculous prices. Not all, though, just a few. I'll give you an example. Yokai Watch Blasters. I speak of both Red Cat Core and White Dot Core. These games didn't have that big of a release, and now in 2022, prices for them are ridiculous. Like, very ridiculous. Getting a loose copy of the game can go up to around $400. That's BS. And I speak for an individual US cartridge. You want another example? Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn. This game is a 3DS port of a game that came out on the Wii. I really want to get this, to be honest, but I never did. Now I look at prices on eBay and they can go up to $150. All for a game that got a limited release. The cheapest would probably be a loose copy at around $60 to $70. Why do I say this? Because this is becoming an issue. Pandemic notwithstanding, I feel personally that this is getting crazy. Thing is, I don't mind paying a lot just to own a game. And do you want to know something? The most I ever paid for a copy of a game is around $120. And do you know what it is? Pokemon Coliseum. Not a complete inbox copy, but a copy that works. And yes, there will be a playthrough of it. Just letting you know. Hell, the bonus disc that lets you get Jirachi costs a lot more than the game. Don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself. That's insane. Before this, most I paid was $75 for a copy of Dragon Quest VI for the DS. Yes, I own all the DS Dragon Quest games, 4, 5, 6, and 9, along with 7 and 8 on 3DS. I can go on, but the point is, all of this is only making things harder for game collectors and consumers to be able to experience games like these. Oh, and considering that companies like Nintendo and Sony are really determined to cut off services where they offer games like these, it's no small wonder why game preservation is just so important. Nintendo has done this before with the Wii Virtual Console back in 2019, and they will do it again come March 2023 for the 3DS and Wii U. Sony tried to do it last year, or was it the year before, but our voice was heard and then they reversed it. One way or another, it's going to be inevitable. It's why piracy even exists. If companies like Nintendo and Sony aren't going to provide a means for us to continue enjoying the games we play, then others will. Guess Gabe Newell was pretty much correct on this. He really was. So yes, I'm pretty much done with this update. To be fair, it's not a long one, roughly around 10 minutes. I know, but I have to make sure that this is up. That's all that matters. I got a lot to do, so all I ask is for your patience and nothing more. I do apologize if you're seeing this all, but this is what I get for having to get this in before my vacation. Plus, once I get the new laptop, I gotta get things set up on there too. It's a lot, but what can you do? I hope to hear from everyone in regards to this update. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to hit the like button. It means a lot to me. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click that bell if you want to see more. I can't stress it enough. If you want to support the channel, you can either hit that join button to be a channel member. I wish we could have new members because we only still have 2. Or you can support me on Patreon. It's not mandatory, but it's always appreciated. So yeah, I'm done. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out.